Here I am sitting here just reviewing movies, but I never asked the question, is there intelligent life out in space? Would they come here? Would they accept our culture? Would they be afraid of us? I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I see that you're just sitting here wondering, where's my goddamn movie review, you punk? We first meet our main character, Roy, played by Brad Pitt, who's pretty much just tuning up his little space tower he's got floating around Earth, when all of a sudden an electric surge made his whole tower just blow up. Well, come to find out, he finds out that his father, played by Tommy Lee Jones, caused the surge. So, it is Brad Pitt's mission to go find his father and find out why the heck he's making everything, all the technology go haywire. Now, the way that I described it, it pretty much just sounds like it's just another, space voyage, like a little small, rescue mission, if you will. But what they don't tell you in the trailer is that it's actually kind of a daddy issue type of movie. The trailers kind of trick you a little bit because, don't get me wrong, there is action sequences, but it is not an action film. Let's just make it clear. Now, before we get into all that, I just want to talk about the actors. Now, I know some other reviews, people were saying that he seemed kind of like just not like responsive, like not emoting it. And the thing is, like, I thought he was a little bit, but he's just really focused on. His character's pretty much just focused on his work. He does not want to interact with anyone, almost just because due to like the neglect of his father, like people leaving him. So, especially because in the film, not a spoiler, he pretty much neglects his wife to the point where she leaves him. And I forgot who plays his wife, but to be honest with you, she does not play any role. You only see her in the beginning and the end. That's all. Tommy Lee Jones is actually really good. It's actually really good to see him in a movie. It's been a while. But you don't really get to see much of him. You only see him in old recordings or just photos. And I find it kind of funny that why is it that when we look back at Tommy Lee Jones' past in film, they always tend to reuse photos. I think I've seen a couple of them in Black. I've seen a couple of them in the other astronaut movie he was in. I don't remember what it's called. But he was overall pretty good. But you don't really get to see much of him just due to those recordings, and you don't see him till the very end. As for the visuals, it is stunning, guys. Great world building because this takes place actually in the future, so people have lived on other planets like the moon and Mars and all that stuff. They cultivated it. It's kind of interesting because you see a Makiyaki, a subway, and all that stuff. But overall, it's really interesting. It's really cool. Now to just go back to what I was talking to earlier when I was telling you the plot. Yeah, there is action sequences and they're pretty tense. Some of them are really eerie and stuff. Especially when you see in the trailer, the whole moon rover scene or whatever. It's very quiet. There's not really any booms or anything because they're in space. That was pretty cool. But those scenes only happen in small doses. This movie, if I remember correctly, is about 2 hours and 20 minutes. It does drag. There came a point where I was scratching my head, rubbing it okay, when is this gonna end? And might I add, listen, if this is in the trailer, so this is not a spoiler, and it's someone you don't even know. Anyway, someone dies in the middle of that scene, and can movies just stop showing a family photo? Seriously, when I see a family photo in a film, you automatically think, yeah, that fool's dead. That's obvious. As I was watching this film, I noticed something. The director or the writer are probably big fans of 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't blame them. A classic film right there. A little long to get through, but because here's the thing, there's a lot of shots that look like they're straight out of the film, just the lighting, how things are shot with, especially with characters, just very slow, still shots. Now, there's no one shots or anything while someone's having a conversation. It's cool, Tarantino tends to do that. He tends to make films that are referencing to another film. It's nothing we haven't seen before, but this story does not complement that length. That's why it should be cut down. This didn't need to live, or try to be 2001: Space Odyssey. Just be your own thing. And those are pretty much my negatives towards this film. And if you just look at it at face value, it is literally an expensive indie film. That's all it is. And I think it's kind of interesting with the whole daddy issue thing integrating with the whole space journey. But it does not complement the length of this film. This did not need to be 2 hours and 20 minutes, okay? It could have at least been an hour, maybe an hour and 15, but that's it. Again, there's some cool action sequences. The visuals are stunning, and the acting between Tommy Lee Jones and Brad Pitt are great, especially when they interact with each other towards the end. I would be lying to you if I were to tell you that I hated it, because I didn't. I just liked it. I don't think it's like stupendous like everyone else says. I don't think that it's shitty like everyone else says. I just liked it. I honestly could have just waited for this movie to stream, and that is why I'm giving Ad Astra a 3 out of 5. Anyways, guys, thank you again for watching my review, and I'll catch you guys next time.